Year was 1993. I was talking to a fellow punk rocker down the Votech school, and he told me that there was this cassette tape up at the mall called The Business, 1979 and 1989. And he's like, dude, you should get this tape. And little story here, I come from small town America, and back in the 80s and 90s, punk rock was very hard to get where I lived. I mean, we were pretty much shut off from the rest of the world. And the local record stores maybe only carried some Sex Pistols, Clash, maybe the Ramones, and stuff like that. So getting the good stuff was really hard to get. So anyway, I went up the mall, I bought the tape, and I looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, these guys, they just look like average guys. I just hope the tape's pretty good. So I came home, popped it in my Walkman. We had Walkmans back then. Popped it in my Walkman, and I think I played that tape 10 times over that night. And I was really impressed by what I heard. So it was like the next day I called my friend Ron up, and I'm like, dude, you got to hear this. It's the business, you got to hear these guys. So, I went up his house. We pulled out our guitars and, started learning their songs. And Ron was kind of taken aback with No Emotions. That was and is still his favorite song to this day. So we pretty much learned all the songs, and I would play this tape for everybody I met, who was getting into punk rock. I'm like, dude, you got to hear this. It's the business, and it caught on. I think I made probably 50 cassette tapes and just gave them to these people. And I think I made a lot of business fans in the area. So 1995, I believe it was, is when they first came to Pittsburgh, and we couldn't go. None of us drove. I didn't have a car. Ron didn't have a car, and we were just really disappointed, even though we heard stories about that night. But a Pittsburgh band called the Sust opened up for him. So finally, the next year they came back, and Ron got a car at this time. And I remember there were seven of us piled in his car. We're like, we're going to see the business come hell or high water. And we made it to the venue. And I just remember when the business took the stage, I was right there in the front. I mean, I knew all their songs, and just had fun, drinking the beer, singing along to all their stuff. But we did pick up a few business things in the meantime. We had met some people who made us recordings, and we found mail order, so we were ordering things. So I knew all their songs. And what really got me was it was 1994. I was watching Gilbert Gottfried's Up All Night, and I remember this song called Drinking and Driving was being played, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's the business, I mean, I never heard the song before till that night, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the business, because I recognized Mick's voice. Uh, Luckily, we got to see him every time they came to town, and I got to hang out with the guys, I got to talk to them, and I saw them in Greensburg last in 2011, I believe it was. Uh, I remember we always joked, about yeah, we should get the business to come play Greensburg because it's kind of our backyard, full of small ass venues, with really nothing going on. But when the business played in Greensburg, that was kind of like, yeah, we did it. I mean, I don't want to sound like hero worship or anything like that, but these guys here, I mean, they just the music they play is just friggin' awesome. Mick Fitz, Stevie Whale, and all them, just really great people, really nice guys. And when I found out Mick Fitz had passed away, I was really sad. I got to meet Mickey, I got to drink with him, talk to him, hang out with him. There was one night when they came to Club Laga, I believe it was 2002, and we were sitting in the bar, And Steve come over, and started talking to us. Then I remember Mickey come over, and he's like, "Oh, them guys back there acting like a bunch of fucking rock stars," and he hung with us. So, and I remember I was at the merchandise tables looking around, and he come up behind me. He goes, "Come here, I want to show you something." He grabs me and pushes me over to the business's merch table. Wanted me to buy a few things, so yeah, I bought a shirt and a sticker, and just really nice guys, and it's just so sad. And we even went to Cleveland. My birthday in 2009, I remember we piled in the car. We went to Cleveland to see them at the Agora Theater up there. And it was just a really great time, and it's sad he's gone, just great freaking guy, and it just sucks, all the good ones go. But I had bought this book from a company called Two Tone back in the early days. A really good book. There's Mickey right there on stage at Club Laga. Um, there's one of me and Steve Will hanging out. And another one of Mickey and Steve on stage. But there's one of me and Mickey somewhere. I got a picture. I don't know what the hell happened to it. But this is kind of one of the tickets I had. I saved up all that memorabilia. And this is the sticker I bought at the show. So anyway, it's my experience with the business. They're missed. Playing it, every year here. Mickey Fitz, you are missed dearly. Mickey Fitz was the business. He was the backbone behind it. And if Mickey was here right now, I would thank him for everything he's done. I mean, if you guys are watching this, I just want to tell you, your music made us happy, and still makes us happy to this day. Because living where we were living, we didn't have nothing, and it was hard to get music here. And once we heard your music, I mean, it gave us some hope. We loved it. Even when we'd go out drinking, with our friends and everything, we would always play the business. We'd sing along to drinking and driving, even though we didn't. But drinking and driving, their version of Hurry Up Harry, and every time we would see a release that was around, we would hurry up and go buy it. Saturday's Heroes, Whole Truth and Nothing But the Truth, Hardcore Hole Again, and a few other ones, Sing Along Business and everything. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for all you've done for us. And Mickey Fitz, rest in peace, brother.